4 of the 13 soldiers killed in the Democratic Republic of Congo since Friday are from Limpopo. For an update on the identities of the soldiers and what their families are saying about their losses, let's get an update from SABC News reporter Pimani Baloyi. Pimani, one can only imagine the family must be devastated, the families must be devastated, but perhaps you can give us more into how they're feeling and, what's happening at the moment.
Good morning, Leanne, and good morning to our viewers. Indeed, Leanne, the families are devastated. But in terms of their identities, Leanne, the first one is Mr. Moagi, a Sergeant Louis Moagi, who's from Sikororo. We were able to visit his family yesterday in Sikororo, and they just fully in funeral mode. And everybody in the family goes in the morning to comfort his immediate family, which includes his mother and siblings, younger sisters. And what we learned from that family, he was the breadwinner. He was somebody that this family depended on. Leanne, if you've seen his pictures, Louis Moagi was just 28-year-old. He looked very young. He joined the SANDF in 2018, and the family saying he was such a dedicated young man who actually had been admitted to study further, but decided to leave his studies and go and join the SANDF because he was committed to protecting the country, somebody who wanted to see South Africa prosper. And they were saying this was actually not his first time leaving South Africa for deployment, where they say he went to Mozambique for over a year and he came back alive. This gave them hope that he would come back again in South Africa from the DRC. But then the second soldier is Private Derek Maluleke that we visited, whose family we visited yesterday in Hlaniki outside Guyane. This is a heartbroken family as well. We were able to speak to his mother, and she tells us that the moment she saw soldiers fully clad in their uniform walking into her yard, she knew something was wrong, because according to her, this soldier had been in the SANDF since 2011, and not even a single soldier had visited her family. So she knew that something must be wrong. But what bothers the family the most is that this was not his first time going to the DRC. They say he first went to the DRC in 2020, and then the lockdown kicked in when he was supposed to come back in 2021, which prolonged his stay in the DRC, and he only came back in 2022. So they were saying they were hopeful that he would come back again because he had been in that terrain before. But today, Leanne, we're supposed to visit the Chokwe family in Muleji, but the family is so heartbroken that they say they are unable to speak to the media yet. They are still hoping to come to terms with this passing before they can speak to members of the public about what they're feeling. But the fourth family is in Palabora, and my colleagues, Katlego Nyone and Llewellyn Castens, are visiting that family so that their pain too can be documented, because South Africa is saddened by the loss of these lives, Leanne.
Yeah, certainly we really are. One can only imagine how the families are feeling. But Pimani, thank you. Thanks for being on the story and handling it in a very sensitive way. And certainly it is a sensitive story that we need to keep watching and make sure that no more lives are lost. That's Pimani Baloyi, and she's covering that story for us, where in Limpopo, the update on identities of the soldiers and what their families are feeling at this time is taking place. And that's where 4 of the soldiers were actually from Limpopo province.